In fact, I think the domestic off-road SUV market has always been a very promising market. For example, the IC203 model launched earlier was very popular after it was launched. Now Geely has finally launched the first Xingyu SUV for young people, which is the Geely Jeans next to me. In fact, judging from the appearance alone, I think this model is worthy of the name Xingyu. The overall feeling it gives me is very tough. But unlike the iCar Z03, this car is a pure fuel SUV. It is equipped with a 1.5T engine and a 7-speed wet dual-clutch gearbox. So in the fuel-powered Xingyu SUV market, I think this model is absolutely outstanding. Why do you say that? In your opinion, what are the features of this model that are worth buying? The first point is the current price of this car. In fact, this car has just been launched on the market. A total of 2 models have been launched. The current selling price is between 93,900 and 99,900 yuan, and this model currently has a discount of 4,000 yuan. So in terms of the current selling price, I think this model is also very advantageous. And then this model, in addition to its overall appearance that looks very hardcore off-road, in fact in terms of configuration, this car also has a lot of off-road configurations. For example, you can see that it uses a 17-inch AT off-road tire and is equipped with red sports everything. Not only does it look hardcore enough in appearance, but in fact, in terms of configuration, this model also has many hardcore off-road elements. In addition, you can see that it actually has many off-road features. For example, you can see that it has a luggage rack installed. Of course, this is not original and you need to install it yourself later. At the same time, you can see that there are searchlights and a series of other things in the front. So I think this car has a lot of features. In addition, the size of this car is that its length is only 44442 millimeters and its wheelbase reaches 2640 millimeter. So this can also bring it a relatively good back row space. Now let's take a look at the back row, and when we get to the back row, in fact, except for its slightly cramped legroom, in fact, its headroom is quite ample. After all, I am 1.78 meters tall, so I only feel a little cramped in the back row. The back seat is made of imitation leather and woven material, and I think the overall feel is pretty good. So although this model is a small SUV, I think its overall back row space can meet the needs of most people. If you take a look at the back of the vehicle, you'll notice an additional storage area situated on the side. Moreover, there's a feature similar to a compact backpack located towards the rear as well. It's important to note that this isn't a reserve tire, but an added storage compartment. This innovative addition broadens the options available with this model. Let's now explore the driving experience. Now let's officially drive this car. This car uses a 1.5T engine with a maximum power of 133 kilowatts and a peak torque of 290 Nm and is matched with a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. In fact, the overall feeling it gives me when driving it is that after all, it is a pure fuel model with only one engine working. So the overall feeling it gives me is very smooth. After all, I am driving in comfort mode now. In comfort mode, its power output is actually, when you step on the accelerator to about 1/3, you can clearly feel its power output. In addition to that, this car is also equipped with 3 driving modes, such as sports mode and economic mode. Let's adjust it to sports mode now. Now we have adjusted this model to the sports mode. It is completely different from the comfort mode. If you step on the accelerator a little, you can feel its power being output. Just like I just stepped on the accelerator a little bit, you can see that our acceleration is still very fast. Then, this model is also equipped with a front McPherson and rear multi-link independent suspension, which is very rare in the same class, so it also brings a certain degree of improvement to its passability. Although it is only a light off-road model, Geely still gives everything it should. Then in terms of screen configuration, this car uses an 8.8-inch LCD instrument panel, plus a 14.6-inch central control screen, and a built-in Fly Me Out to Car system, so I think the overall fluency is still very good. For example, let's try its voice interaction function now. Hello, Geely driver, hello. Which number should I choose when navigating to Jifeng Bay? The first one is fine, start navigating. At the same time, the steering of this car is actually quite light, so we can see that when we are turning, the overall feeling is very good. And when we are turning a sharp corner, we can also feel that the overall suspension support is very good. After all, Geely Automobile is a brand with a very deep foundation in car manufacturing among domestic brands. So I think it is also a big advantage in the handling of details. So let me summarize this model. The overall feeling it gives me is that it is a light off-road SUV suitable for young people. Of course, most of its usage scenarios are definitely on urban roads, and today we also test drove the entire car on urban roads, but the overall feeling it gave me was that it was able to handle it with ease, whether it was accelerating to overtake or turning on bumpy roads. So I think the price of more than 90,000 yuan is definitely a very reasonable price for such a car. As I just said, this car is suitable for the right people. It is very suitable for young people as their first big toy light off-road SUV. I think you will never regret buying this car. For this Geely Cowboy, what do you think of this model?